Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are tuning in, and welcome again to this night. We are back with Movie Crew 17th The Lounge, and yes, it's been a while. It's been a long while, and let me adjust my camera real quick. There we go. Ooh, there we go. There you go. It's been a while. It's been a long while since we've been actually. What's wrong? Let's see. Give me 1 second, everybody. All right. Is that better?
Hold on, it's gotta catch up.
All right. Give me 1 second. Just making sure our echoes, we're not echoing or anything like that. But let me go ahead and pop this open real quick. All right. So, again, welcome everyone to. Are we echoing?
You're echoing bad.
Echoing.
Like, very bad.
Okay. Give me a second, everyone. Let me add Lillian to here. Lillian, where'd you go?
Hold on, I gotta fix my background.
Well, I'm trying to fix the echo because apparently there's echo.
that's my Utah or my Full House
Yeah,
over there.
nice pool house you got going on over there. Let's see.
All right, now I gotta fix this. Okay.
I know we got like some technical difficulties going on. Hang on, everyone. There you go. There you
Ah!
go. Perfect.
And now I got like this weird fuzzy
We're
background.
echoing.
Darn
Hey
it.
everyone, are we echoing or is it just because Max saying we're echoing? I don't know if that's. Hold on, everyone.
Woo! Ah! Ah!
Okay, hang on, everyone. I'm gonna try something. Give us 1 second. All right. I think I fixed it. I might have. I think I did. I can hear everyone just fine.
Yeah,
I can-
we hear you echo.
You still echoing? Good.
No, you're still very much echoing.
Why are we echoing? I
There's
don't.
like a delay and it keeps repeating.
Why are we echoing? Maybe that's just yours. Hey everyone, can you put in the comments if we're echoing? You know, because we need to know if we're echoing. Okay, let's try that.
Hey, Haley.
Okay, let's see if we're echoing.
Ooh, I keep like appearing and disappearing here.
Sounds good on your end, Joey? Okay. I'm just making sure because Mac's saying we're echoing really bad. Hey, Haley. Maybe it's your headphones.
No, I'm exiting out. I don't have an issue with anything else.
All
I'm
right.
exiting out. I'm going back into.
All right. Well, I'm gonna continue if I hear music, no echo. Okay.
Ah!
Oh! You are not. What's going on with you? So everyone's saying
I'm
they're
having
fine.
too much fun, like fucking with this thing.
Okay, I just went back in. It sounds fine. Now.
Okay, cool. I don't hear echo. Okay, cool, sweet. All right, awesome, everyone. And when Invisible Girl decides to show up, we can start our podcast. Oh my gosh, Lillian, where are you going?
I'm having too much fun
Oh god,
fucking this whole
I
thing
know what
up.
she's gonna be for Halloween. There you go. You look like those memes where they like put the green screen over your face. You are so like you dropped the you dropped the opacity. There you go. Oh, they found out you're a fraud on your green screen. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Look, it's like all like weird behind me. It's like ah.
Oh man. So
Alright.
So everyone,
Oh.
welcome. Ooh, we got a lot of people tuning in actually this evening. Thank you all for tuning in. Haley, how you doing? Joey, Matt, Zamir, how's everyone doing this evening or morning, wherever you are tuning in from? I know it's been like about how long, Lillian?
I'd say
It's
month,
been
right?
a month. It's
At
been a
least.
while. I know we haven't like really like done this in a while. Like, it's crazy. But, you know, we're busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. You're doing a film, aren't you? You're working on a few films?
Me?
Yeah, right?
I'm working on a lot of stuff. I don't want to say anything about it yet until it's more like solidified. But at this point, the only thing I can say is that I'm promoting my film Derange at this point for people who will go watch it. So, but anything else is secretive
Can't
at
talk
this
about
point.
it. Yeah, that's the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some actually pretty cool things going on. So as everyone knows, we are filming The Red Huntress, and we're wrapping up episode. Well, we got a few pieces to finish up of episode 3, but everything's pretty much edited. We just have a few things we got to finish. Episode 4, we start filming in June, the end of June, so that's gonna be fun. Are you saying something? Oh.
No, I was just talking to someone in the background.
Okay. I see your lips moving. I'm like, uh-oh. So yeah, we got the Red Huntress, of course, going on. So we're just getting all that stuff together. We did come short a little bit on our Indiegogo, but shout out to everybody who has donated. You know, you guys are awesome. For those who donated and helped us promote it. So I think we're still short like about $800. So we're gonna be doing some cool stuff that we're gonna be selling, so we can raise up those funds by July. But other than that, everything's been really cool. I'm excited to release it. We have a concept trailer for The Underground that we filmed back in May, and we're gonna be releasing that soon. So that's really fun. And if everyone's asking, oh, what was that flamethrower? I'm like, yeah, that's about it. That's what's it about. First and foremost, I know everyone's been asking, what's the game plan with the Red Huntress? So, since we are at our midpoint after episode 4 for the Red Huntress, we will be going on a mid-season break. So we will be, well, not even mid-season. We will be ending season 1 because it's 2 seasons. It's episode 1 through 4. And then 4 through 8 with season 2. So we're going to be going on our season break after we release episode 4. Well, 3 and 4 will be coming out together so everyone can binge watch it, because everyone they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. Can we just put it out there? Yeah, I'm like, all right, so I'm going to put both of them out. And then I have another cool thing coming up. I can't talk too much about it either, but as everyone knows I'm a big sci-fi nerd. So I love sci-fi, I love fantasy, of course. And I am making a new sci-fi fantasy film. So yeah, it's going to be my second movie that I've done. The first one was kind of like, first one was Fate Forthcoming I did. And that one was, we just fell short on a budget. I really didn't use Indiegogo for that one, so I really kind of just did out of pocket, and it was like a short. But this will be a legit feature-length movie that I'll be doing. So I'll be attacking. I was just telling Lillian, it's basically, let's just say it's like Star Wars and Transformers came together, and like, you know, aliens attacking the Earth. You know, I want to just attempt and go in. I have a great concept story for it, so I'll be telling everybody about it soon when I get more set for that. So if you are interested and you want to jump on set, if you have whether you want to be an extra, supporting, main, I got all the spots open. Let me know, message me, or just stay tuned, because I'll be posting up a lot of things about it. So yeah, so let's see. Zamir says, when is the concept trailer for The Underground coming out? I will be hopefully having that out by next week. What are we on? Sunday? No, today's Monday. So I'll be putting that out next week. No, not next week. This week. Yeah, this Friday it should be out. So everyone stay tuned for that. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. I had to do a lot of VFX working on it. Actually, some fun facts, too. I got some few, I scanned a few Polaroid pictures that we took behind the scenes. So let's go show them a little bit about that.
Polaroid.
Polaroid
Yeah, like the
pictures,
little
like
Polaroids.
cool,
Yeah,
like,
these are one of the stuff that we're gonna be selling to
oh,
help get the $800 we need. So check this out. So I mean, it's pretty cool. Like I had to scan it up, so I had to scan it, and yeah, I know. I don't know
I
how
gotta
to
do this though.
rotate this. So what does that do? Can I rotate it? Oh no, I can't rotate it. So everyone, you got to tilt to your side a little bit. I'm sorry, it came out weird. But we right here we have Nicola Stelli. She plays as Riley. She's our flamethrower chick. We have Joey Mann playing as Commander Johnny. He's rocking out that goatee, the goatee mustache. Yeah, it's sideways. I don't know why it just doesn't rotate. It couldn't get it to rotate because it will like super shrink it. So everyone's gonna have to turn to their side. You can
Just
turn
turn
your
your
monitor, or
monitor.
just turn your head, or you can just turn your phone so you can't, just put it on lock so it doesn't twist over. So she said,
So wait, so she had a Keith, she had a flamethrower, or did you
"Oh, so
how did you do that?
oh no, yeah.
I wasn't
So
there for
the
that shoot.
flamethrower, the way how we build it, I got what are those called? Like those cardboard cement tubes. I don't know if you see those at Home Depot. And I took that, and then I got you know what I'm talking about? Like those tubes.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
imagine
like if
it.
you ever
Kinda.
go into oh no,
Yes,
oh
same
gosh,
reason.
Gary's there. So if you go into Home Depot, there's like these big like cardboard tubes, and they're meant for like making posts, like those cylinder posts, out of cement. Yeah,
Okay, I'm
so
kind of visualizing it.
I got one of those, cut it up, and then I got a bunch of like vacuum tubes, and I put it together, and then I just did, you just get some scrap around, make it look like I based it off the M2 flamethrower, but I of course added a more, you know, older school touch, more of like a steampunk touch to it. And so it's pretty cool. So people
Oh, that's
will be able to
cool.
see that. I think I made a post on the Red Hunters page about it with I was editing the flames to shoot out when she was attacking the zombies. Well, I call them zombies, but technically they're people who have been cursed by the Witch Sister. So it's really cool. So Haley says, so Sarah Connor and Terminator. I only seen the first. I think the first two Terminators I seen, and I seen part of the third Terminator. I never got it.
Yeah, the ones that came after 2 just are not. I don't know if it's just because I was introduced to the other 2 first, but like they just weren't.
Yeah,
they weren't as
I couldn't
impactful
I couldn't
as.
get into that. So we have Joey over here. I like this shot. Someone told me it was like from 28 Days Later. I don't know if you've seen that movie. I think they're making a one called 28 Years Later. I know it sucks because we're like flip, but
I heard about that.
we got Nick over here. He's running away from the Wendigo cult, and they're falling back.
I don't blame him.
Here's another one. Here's the flamethrower from that side. There you go. So you can see how I built it with that, and we have Ronnie up here, and then we got some other of our awesome cast behind there. Let's see, we got Joey, we have Marquise, and I think right next to Joey is Nick right over here. So yes, everyone, I am so sorry it's sideways, but I'll post a picture on the Red Hunters page where they're actually like straight because I don't know why it didn't stay straight. It was like turned. So okay, so we got also Sammy over here where she got into a little argument with Nick. So again, it's just, I don't know, the black and white feel just kind of makes everything like, I don't know, like black and white makes things look a little bit more intense or like more scary.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
Is
That's why
Deranged black and white?
Deranged is all in
Oh,
black
it
and
must have
white.
been easy for color grading. Oh,
Yeah. Well, and it was not
okay.
my decision to make it in black and white. The DP/editor, he kind of suggested that, and at first I was like, I don't know, but it kind of worked. It has a bit of a Hitchcockian kind of feel
Well,
to it,
black
kind
and
of film
white just
noir.
gives off an interesting vibe. I don't know how else to put it. It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, it's
different. It's new.
different.
And then on top of that, working up like off topic of the Red Huntress, I've been working on a few projects, helping out some people. Maurice McCoy Jr. with I don't know if I'm gonna say correct. Flashtainment TV. I think that's what it is. I forgot, but he's doing a Friday the 13th fan film. So if everyone was looking on my Facebook page, I built this costume for him for Jason. And he's like, I got these clothes, man. Can you rip them up and can you like, you know, put something together? And I was just like, I got you. Like, let me see what I can do. And yeah, he just gave me that, and I just tore it up, and I went to Dollar Tree, my favorite place to go to get stuff, and I just threw it all together. Took me about an hour
Hey,
to make it, but it came out really good. And then I made his poster. I think this is it right here. Oops, let me see if I can. Yeah,
ooh, nice.
so I put it together. Of course, that's Mackenzie's because it was just a test, but he allowed me to show it to everyone to promote it. So
It looks like now I don't know if I'm just like imagining things, but like it looks like it's a
lipstick
lipstick
kiss on the
kiss on the
no,
cheek.
it's supposed to be blood spread. Okay,
It,
it's supposed to be blood spread.
oh, well, it's like perfect, like mwah.
Oh my gosh.
That actually be kind of a funny, interesting concept. like it's a mass killer,
Oh
and
my
then there's like all
gosh,
this
it's
like
like
love on.
its own like Friday the 13th like fan film. Like it's gonna be like its own like world for it. So yeah, so that's
Yeah,
what really I've been doing. On top of that, just getting back into shape. Man, let me tell you, I'm like, yep, time to get back in shape. I've been doing more working out lately, so I'm at the gym like I've been at the gym
that's
every
awesome.
day. And since there's like break time in between filming, because let me tell you, when you are editing so much, like I am not a yes, I am
Yeah,
not a
you're
person who
so
likes sitting for so
focused.
long. I'm actually looking at getting those standing desks, because like I just can't sit down all the time and edit.
Yeah, they say that. What did I hear? Like sitting
That's
is
what
the new
I
smoking or
heard, and
something, as far as
um
like damaging
I
your
always heard
body.
as
I don't
well.
know.
Give me a second. I always heard that I always say this. Like I always tell everyone, we got to get out. We got to keep moving. I was talking to my buddy because he's in not in the best health, but he's getting better. And I just said, you got to move, man. You got to move, walking, doing something.
Even if like it's hard to make time sometimes. Like when I'm really intensely
Uh huh.
focused on something, I'm doing like some work. It's really hard to like remove yourself and be like, oh, I got to do this. But I'll even do like, okay, I'll just do a 10-minute walk around the block, and it's like, all right,
Yeah,
that's better
and
than nothing.
I'm working out with my buddy. I'm trying to get him to like understand, like, you don't need to run every day. You don't need to lift heavy weights. You don't have to do that. You gotta, you know, it's literally like, think of the Titanic, right? Think of that iceberg. The top part is like the workout. The hidden part, like 80% of that iceberg, is literally like um it's literally like the the diet, because like diet is like huge. It's like you can't go to the gym and then go get a slice of pizza right afterwards and be like yeah.
Yeah, but psychologically, you're like, ah, that was so hard. Now
Well, I dropped like
I want a
15
treat.
pounds already, and I've been doing like within like a month and a half. And it's not because I'm not eating. Like, do not starve yourself. Like, still eat your calorie. Go into that calorie
Right.
deficit, the right way. And I always say talk to a doctor talk to a doctor or just cut back on some things. Like, because a diet is like temporarily. Like, I always think it's that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you have to like really make permanent change because the diet. Yeah, you just like, all
yeah.
right, I can do.
I
this for
always
a certain
say
amount of time,
instead
and
of
you go
eating like
backslide
a
into
full
your old stuff.
amount, like say you get your food a plate, instead of eating a full amount, just eat like 70% of it. Like start with that, you know. Like I always say, start with
Yeah, there
that,
you
and
go.
because there's a lot of jobs now that make you sit down, you know, and you're here. Let's see. Matt
Yeah.
said, since my diagnosis, I became sedentary. I pushed myself to start walking. Now a mile away. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, you got to get up and move. It sucks because like out here in the Midwest, when it's cold, it's cold. Like there's no time to move. I always
Yeah.
tell people, like, so what I do is this thing called the 12. It's called the 12-3-30, and it's a 12 incline, three speed, and 30 minutes. But I started with it. I couldn't keep up at three. So I dropped down the pace to like 1.7, and now I'm at like 2.3 right now, and it took me like a month and a half to get up there. But let me tell you, it makes a huge difference. I'm going on the treadmill for about an hour. Like the most I can go is an hour plus the 5 minutes.
That's
Yeah, so I go every
I have
day.
fine with the monotony. Like I don't mind like taking like your surroundings change, but like a treadmill. I mean, some people can do it, and I admire those who can. It's just like it's so like I'm not getting
You just
anywhere.
gotta
I'm putting all this effort in.
you have to like learn how to zone out. Like you just
Yeah,
gotta zone out and walk and walk and walk. Like for me, like I have to kind of like I don't know. It's like when I'm lifting weights, like I completely stop with lifting weights because I'm like I gain muscle very quickly, and I hate
Mhm.
looking on the scale. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
like
You're like right.
yeah. So I stopped that and I started doing my cutting. So um I cut back on the weightlifting, and now I'm focusing on just the like kind of like it's like a cardio, but you're not running because you don't want to run. My best thing is if you are working out, the right way to work out, like where you're fat burning, I heard, is when you can talk to somebody while you're still moving without like
Yeah.
like you
Yeah. They
can,
say
yeah. So I mean, our coach back in high school used to make us like run, and he would like make us scream, and like while we ran, because I guess when
make
you're
you
screaming,
scream.
yeah, like yeah, like you're like, because it's just like I don't know if he just did it to make us look stupid, but but basically we but basically we scream because it helps the oxygen flow. Like I don't know, like it's
Okay.
like when you're like you're kind of like taking your breath in and then you're screaming and then but you're breathing. So if you're going too fast of a pace, you won't be able to scream. If you're going at like, and you're not
It's
screaming,
like
you're like,
karate.
yeah,
You get more
yeah,
power.
like like tennis players. You know how they're like, like
Yeah.
yeah, kind of like that. Um,
Right.
like or when you lift weights, you always like have that grunt to give you that extra like or that push to help you push. But it's one of the best workouts I've done. I think every day I'm burning about 800 to 1,000 calories just on the treadmill alone. You know what I
That's
mean? Of course, you
good.
got to eat that back, but like I don't
Yeah.
intentionally burn that much calories. You just walk. You just get up on there and you walk, and you do it every day. And let me tell you, you feel amazing. Especially this new sci-fi movie. I want to get in really good shape for it, but I'm just tired sometimes looking at myself in the camera, and I'm like, wow,
Oh, same.
I'm really overweight. Like
No,
sometimes you
see,
just have to
I
get
know.
a
I
wake
take.
up call. Like I'm
Yeah,
like,
no,
shit.
I've been the same way lately. I mean, I used to be super, super duper skinny, and then it's like, you get older and life happens, and like now I see myself in the
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, I always tell people because people are like, when you like, a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are out there. What's the term called? They're body sensitive. Like when they see themselves, they get very uncomfortable.
Oh,
Like
body dysmorphia
dysmorphia.
or
I think it's body dysmorphia, and I always tell them like you can't be ashamed of your body. You know what I mean? Like, don't be ashamed of your body. Go out and you know work on it. It's a process. We can't do it
Yeah.
overnight. You know, that's the thing. But sometimes if overnight, if
Well,
we
it's
can
hard,
lose
like,
weight
if you've
overnight,
developed,
that would be amazing.
yeah, if you've developed a lot of, like, I know over the years I've developed like bad habits that I could get away with before, and then it's like, I can't get away with them now, but I got those habits ingrained, you know?
Right. Back when I was playing football, I would eat nachos every night and drink a 2 liter pop like on the weekends. And I would be fine. I would eat McDonald's like 3, 4 times a week. And I would just, my coach will know, like, yeah, you've been eating like crap, haven't you? Because you're throwing up on the field, but you're still doing it.
Ah,
It's like, yeah. And then, but like when you realize, like, oh, you can't do that now because it's like your body's just, it's like your metabolism is not the same anymore. Like, so when you look at
right.
all these athletes who are like in their 30s, you're like, that's still young, but holy cow, I can't even do that. It's like, don't,
Yeah.
but I feel like some people need like that coaching. Like, someone needs them to be there to be like, come on, you got to go, you got
It's
to go.
keeping you accountable. That's what it
Right,
is. It's
right.
someone there to keep you accountable.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so I always tell people, like, okay, so like I talked to another actor and he was really saying like, hey, I'm really tired of looking myself in the camera. I'm like, oh yeah, I can relate. I hate looking at myself because the camera always adds 10 pounds to you. So I don't like it. I look like a box. Like, I don't like it. I look like a box. I look like a small head, a circle, and a box. I look like that little robot.
Uh,
And I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I can't. But like, I'm like, I don't mind the dad bod, but like, I can't sit here and be like this. Like, I gotta.
it's always good to like improve, you know.
That's the thing. It's a step by step process, and I always tell people, don't force it, don't rush it, don't starve yourself. Oh my gosh, I know we changed topic about from
I
that to
know.
health,
It's like,
but it's a topic that a lot of people have been talking to me about, and maybe shoot, that's what we talk about. It's what do I do to make myself more better? What do I do to make myself healthier? And you know, I hate to say it, but f what other people say, where they say like f what people say when they call you out on your weight. I got bullied because of my weight. I got, people still call me out today because of my weight. They're like, oh yeah, you're a fat ass. I'm like, whatever. I took all that motivation, what people have told me, and I use that. And every day you go to the gym, besides the fact I hate my gym have mirrors that make you look bigger. So I guess in a good way, it looks better because when you start like getting into the gym and you start slimming down, like it looks good. Like I started like I always do like this thing called the picture where you take your picture and then it's like you take your picture like 3, 4 months prior and then you come back and take it again to see because the weighing scale does not tell you everything. I am sorry. Like the weighing scale is it's like it's not a lie, but I can't base off everything off the weighing scale because it's just terrible. And on top of that, I hate.
I mean, they say muscle weighs more than fat. Like there was this girl I knew before. She was like just like this little thing, and she's
Uh,
like, she told me, "Oh, I weigh this much," and it was like more than me. And she looked like she was more like just like but she was very muscular. So
right.
she like bragged about her weight, like I'm this, and I'm like, how?
I,
How could that be?
I just think everyone's body's different when we work out, and like people are like, well, how about the actors? When those big stars, I said those big stars have money to spend to have their
Yeah,
own special chefs,
chef.
their doctors. They got that. Like for us, we're stuck. Like we got to do what
Yeah.
we got to do. We got to get into the gym and you know. But yeah, I mean that's my little That's my little health like talk. Thanks for my health talk. So yeah, just get out there. It's starting to become warmer out here in the Midwest. So get out, move. I don't know.
Matt says if the weather sucks, he does cardio videos with Denise Austin.
Okay, cardio videos work. I mean, I tried it. What's it? Oh my gosh, not. Oh, what is that one popular cardio? It's like a hit workout, but the dude like I forgot what it is. It will come back to my mind. But it's a popular. It's like with something T. The guy, the workout person is T. I forgot his. I forgot the name. I forgot. All right. Haley says, "When you become done with editing, I'll be happy to fill your shoes." Oh gosh, you really want to come in with that? No, I love editing. I love editing. I'm learning right now. I am learning this software called Unreal Engine P91. There you go. P91. That's what it was. I hate P91 because I am just not that dedicated to sit and watch someone else working out. I get so like, man, like I would like to be able to go like that. I'm like, I got this, I got this, I got this. And then next thing you know, you're like, 10 minutes in, whoo, let me just pause the video for a second. And from pausing, you're like sitting down, and you're like, nah. So I'm just like, nah. Let's see. Matt said, set realistic goals and celebrate the small success. Yes, 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 and yes. It's the same thing with filming, like with Indiegogo, right? Like, and because this is just huge, right? Matt, what you said is huge. Set realistic goals and celebrate the small successes. When you go into the gym, you set yourself. You're supposed to safely to work out. From what I heard, 2 pounds a week is safe, right? Anything more is a little bit dangerous. But the fact that you weighed in at, let's just say, 150 pounds and you're at 148 in a week, be happy. That's great. Just keep doing it. Keep going. Because, I forgot Denzel's favorite quote. I'm going to pull up that quote because Denzel made a great quote about consistency. Give me 1 second, everybody. All right, here we go. And I always follow this quote. Without commitment, you'll never start. But importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. That is something that when Denzel Washington said that, I was like, yep, that is something I want to follow. Because so many people out there are just trying to go for the big shot. And it's not about like, I'm going to go for the big shot. I'm going to go right for it. And then they fail. And then they feel like that they failed and they can't do it. Set your goal small. And, that works with everything from your weight, from training, to filming, to Indiegogos. If you have a Indiegogo project and, I don't know, you need to raise $100,000, right? You can set your goal at $100,000, but definitely, try setting it smaller. Maybe, and I would even say that if you're new at it, set your goal smaller to more of a realistic goal that you know that you can achieve, because I think it's called In Demand, right? On Indiegogo, where you can go in demand after you hit your goal. So like everyone can opt in for that. So yeah, it's in demand. So basically what you do is like, basically what happens is like you don't, like, how would you say it? You want to raise $10,000 and you set your goal at like 5,000. If you go past 5,000, you can opt into in demand, and in demand basically just means that you can your campaign still stays up, and you can just keep getting funding and funding and funding and funding, and it's up there forever basically. But it's the same thing with that. Set realistic goals and celebrate the small successes, because slow and steady wins the race. That's how it is, unless you're watching Looney Tunes when Bugs Bunny raced the tortoise and the tortoise cheated. So that's the only time I was like, that episode gave me really bad anxiety. I was like, I don't get this. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I feel it for Bugs. I was like, Bugs Bunny is going through the crack. This tortoise is cheating so bad. Like, so
I don't remember that episode.
I don't know. It just popped up.
I watched that stuff as a kid. I just don't remember that
like
one.
It was like more of the older Looney Tunes, not the newer ones, but like the ones that were like
Oh yeah, I did. I don't like the newer
the
ones. I
older
like the old
ones.
school
Like
ones.
I don't know if they were ever in black and white. Were they? Was Looney Tunes in black and white? I don't think it was.
Oh, there might have been some
I
episodes.
think they weren't. Maybe some
like or maybe what was it, Merry Melodies? Like I think that was here. I
Take
gotta
Me
look
Back.
it up now. It'd be Merry Merry Melody. Yeah, this is like all the.
See,
Well, there's black and white, obviously. Yeah, Mickey Mouse stuff.
Hey, Nikita, how are you doing? Oh,
Hi, Nikita.
Looney Tunes was awesome. Looney Tunes gives me, I don't know, Looney Tunes stressed me out on some episodes, though. I'm not gonna lie. Some episodes just give me anxiety. It's like watching Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry. I felt so bad.
Yeah. I feel bad for Tom sometimes because Jerry would.
So I found out that Tom and Jerry was made for deaf people. I didn't know that. That's why it's quiet.
I didn't know that either.
Like,
That's actually very
well, okay. There's Tom screaming, which is funny. I love his scream. But like, yeah, it's mostly just visuals. It's like almost like what they call it, the quiet film. Is that what they show them, like a silent film?
Silent film. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Have to run.
Haley
have a
says
great
she's gotta
night
run.
in filming. Run to the end of season 1. Good night. Good night. See you, Haley.
Bye,
hey, Sydney. Hello.
Hi,
Just
Sydney.
hopping on to say hi real quick before I got to eat dinner. What you eating for dinner? What we eating? Are you sending it over here? Yeah, we coming over?
Yeah,
we'll
coming
get
to
the
your
next
house.
first class flight.
Yeah, I forget where Sydney. I just assume everybody's in this area, but you get a lot of
really
casts
cool?
from all over.
For the sci-fi movie I'm doing, I've been getting a lot of people watching from the UK, the Red Huntress, and hopefully I'll be able to work with
nice.
some people from the UK. So that'll be cool, like kind of expanding. So Sydney's having pizza and fries. Sydney, I can't eat pizza or fries because it's gonna break the diet. That means I got to get on for like 3 more hours. Come on, outside of Philly. Okay, I'll see if I can get on the next flight. Come on, Lillian, we'll get on United Airlines or something. Like, see what it is.
That's right. I don't know. I'd be scared to go on a plane
That's
these days
been
with all
like,
that
I know
practice.
some people have been telling me, they're like, can I just drive up to set? I'm like, that's up to you. Like, they're like, I'll just rent the car. I'm like, so I'm just like, there's so many like crashes and planes like missing the runway stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, thank you. Like, it's like it is before 9 p.m. Wait, what's 9 p.m.? What's going on before 9 p.m.? It is before 9 p.m. Huh? Cranberry.
We need more information.
Oh no,
Nikita.
we're not getting into this. Cranberry poppy seed salad with salmon. Salmon. Why did I say it like that? Salmon.
I know it's such a weird spelling.
Eating. Oh yeah.
Salmon.
9 o'clock. Can't eat after 9. That's my rule. Actually, I'm doing 7, so I don't eat anymore after 7. So
you guys are doing intermittent
fasting. Yeah. So unless, of course, I work out really late at night because I just can't, then I'll eat like afterwards. Just eat because I keep track of my calories, and sometimes like, hey, you worked out. You need to eat like 1,900 more calories. I'm like, I'm not gonna eat 1,900 calories at like 11 p.m. at night. Like, so I just go get like fruits and something to hold me over till the next day, like watermelon. I heard watermelon's really good because it's just water at the end of it, but it keeps you full for like a good amount of time. So just enough for you to go to sleep, and then when you wake up, you're probably gonna be really
I can't sleep on an empty stomach. Like Yeah, I gotta have something in there. I gotta be in kind of a carb coma to sleep.
We went to this place after filming the concept trailer, and it's called the Hot Pot, and it's like all you can eat Korean like barbecue. And Nikita will tell you like Hilario was so like so Nick, if you're watching Nick, you are a tank. I am sorry, man. This dude was a bottomless pit. Like it's all you can eat. He was ordering steaks on steaks on steaks on steaks. I'm like, Nick, are you okay? And he's like, oh yeah, man, I'm hungry. I need the. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm sitting here, and Hilario's face was like he's like, I was so disgusted at how much he was eating. I had to like stay away from. I just wasn't able to eat. I'm like, people actually get sick of that. Like people actually get like it was. I don't know. I guess people can like get nauseous from watching other people eat so much. It's like, how? Yeah.
Really? Well, I don't like. I'm very sensitive to sound. So like, if somebody's like,
Oh, that's why I
like
can't
that
watch.
grosses me out, or people
Oh.
lick their fingers. I don't like that either.
Like was it ASMRs? The people who are doing the mukbangs or whatever they're called, and they're
Yes, I love
don't
ASMR.
like that
I
'cause
just
they're
don't
like,
like eating.
I'm like I don't want to hear that sound.
Yeah, I'm very.
Hilario couldn't watch him. Yeah, he could not watch him. He was looking at me. He was like literally. I think he was full for like the next 2 days after eating, and he was just
From
no.
watching
I mean,
him
Hilario
eat, it's
ate,
like,
but he overate. And he was like, I can't eat. I can't eat anymore. I called him the next day. Hey man, how you doing? He's like, not hungry. That's for sure. I'm just like, he's like Monday. He's like, I finally was able to eat on Monday. I'm like, no way. And he's like, yeah. I'm
He
just
was
like,
living vicariously through his
he
eating.
was just questionable. So what other films? Well, so you're working on that new
Well, we just
the clown. Did you do the clown? The clown movie?
yeah.
I don't know what the title's called. The clown.
No, that one's that one's gonna be just because of fun. It requires more funding, so that one's gonna be filming theoretically in the fall. But we just wrapped on another film yesterday, which is The Director's
Okay.
Demise, and that's a short film that's included in kind of like a anthology. And that's just like about this like sleazy director that I'll just say just gets his comeuppance by a vixen that is seducing him. I am not the vixen. I am
not
somebody
that.
else that does some dastardly deeds. So, but yeah, it's definitely a gory horror film. If you like horror, it is worth checking out.
Is it out already or
It's
still like post?
no, sorry, I was kind of misleading. We wrapped
Okay.
it yesterday. It probably will be available end of summer, maybe. They get they're
Okay.
pretty fast. End of summer, fall.
I like films when they get it done like quick. Like that's me. I love getting films done out like right away. Like I just
Yeah, no, you are very good about getting things
I
done.
mean, for this movie, I would like to get it done. Like, I mean, I guess the cool thing about going from a series, like doing a series and then moving to a movie is like one, budgeting's a little bit more easier. Like with it, so it's not like, oh, I got to keep on raising when you hit your goal. For a movie, it's like okay,
Right.
and scheduling is so much easier as well with a movie because you can actually set a time of when you need people out, and like honestly, like 2 weeks, you can film a movie in 2 weeks if you have the right funding to get it like.
Well, and yeah, exactly. And I feel like with a series, like if you're not sure where like how it wraps up or anything like that, like a movie is very
Yeah.
like, okay, these are your roles, this is what's going to happen in it. But with the series, it's kind of like it's open ended. We don't know where it's gonna go, who's gonna, which casts are gonna be needed. So it's it's got its pros and cons for
Yeah,
each
and I
type
think
of
that will
thing.
be like it. Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, I think coming like finishing season 1 of the Red Huntress and then moving to a movie, in that fall, because it's just hard. Like I don't know. I feel like tactically doing a horror movie during Christmas time is harder because there's a lot of people who love Christmas. Like one, weather sucks out here. You're in the Midwest when it's cold, and
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're gonna be
that's always
filming
gonna.
outdoors, good luck because it's really cold. On top of
Yeah,
that,
yeah, true.
I don't know. There's not a lot of big horror movies that come out during like Christmas time. It's more unless it's
Unless
themed
it's
for
themed for
exactly
Christmas,
right,
then
but
you can make it
not
work.
really like other than that, it's just harder. And plus, it's the holidays. It's harder to raise funds during that time.
Yeah,
Once
yeah, yeah,
Black Friday rolls in, good luck in trying to raise funds because everyone's out shopping, and then when
yeah.
December comes, everyone's looking for Christmas presents. So it's just, and then after that, everyone's broke.
I wonder though if you could, and I don't know because I'm not a tax expert, but I wonder if you could. Is it technically a tax write-off for somebody making a contribution, or
I
is that
don't
only if they're an
know. I
investor?
think it
I don't know.
well, because you
You
can
could be
donate
like,
to like
yeah,
charities and you can get a tax write-off.
right. You could say my film's a charity. You're being
But
charitable by
I don't know because if
helping me
you're
with my
giving
film.
something back to them, I think it's considered a sale. So
Yeah,
if you're
you're
like just
probably
say I
right.
need the
Yeah,
money for this and I'm giving you like IMDb credit is like I think it's
that's why you don't promise
you're just
anything. You just
helping.
say you're helping
No,
me,
you gotta give them something
helping
cool.
a struggling
Filmmakers, that's all you gotta
filmmakers.
do. Oh gosh, being an independent filmmaker is hard. It's not hard. It's fun. It's just tedious.
But if they're now wait though, but if they're a producer, aren't they considered kind
Well,
of
it depends because I
investors?
think on IMDb. Okay, so see, I think it's like when I hear producer, I hear someone who puts in a lot of money into the project. This is my understanding of how it goes, right? And I'm probably wrong on it, but my understanding from when I was learning about it from somebody else was your executive producer are like the top dogs. You know what I mean? The ones that put in a lot of money. They're the ones who really like they put in the thousands of dollars in it. Now, your
Right.
producers, 'cause there's like different producers. There's like
Yeah, different
associate,
levels.
and then there's
Associate producer, executive. I still
uh,
don't know.
a
A
labor
labor
of
of love.
love.
Yes.
A labor of love, yes. So,
Yeah.
um,
It's definitely.
let's see something. I feel like it's so hard for
Crazy.
some films to make their budget because their social status. Yet, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Social status.
I would assume she means like unless if there's
Following?
not yet a
Yeah,
social following. So if you're
that sucks. I hate that. That's like, I don't hate it. I just feel like it's difficult because there are people.
You gotta get a
Okay, yes.
momentum.
There's no
Oh,
social
I see.
status, so no credibility. Okay, I get what you mean. So basically, like if you have a big following on Facebook or something like that, you have a higher chance of getting a reach versus someone who's, and that makes sense.
Right.
It does hinder you because I know some people out there, you know. I know. Oh, wait, hold on. No, never mind. Well, I'll get into my point in just a little bit. If you sell a perk, are you actually going to get it? Yes. Okay. So you're talking about credibility. I thought you meant like social credibility, as in like you have a big following, because there are people who have a huge following and, they have no problem with it. But the problem is there are people who don't have a big following, but they have a great story and they have a great work ethic. And technically, since they don't have a big following, it's not going to go out like that. So it's like I feel like some people
Yeah.
actually take look for other people who have a bigger following so that they can kind of help them bump themselves up. But I like to
Yeah.
tell everyone this one thing, don't I always say don't chase people because of their following. Don't get people who will fit the script, who will tell your story, who will do it right, because at the end of the day, when you go out and you do a film or just do anything, but just a film, you want your story will go out there if it's good. If it's good, if it's something that somebody likes, they will get it. They'll invest to it and they will tell their friends. You know, it takes a little bit longer, it's a little bit more work, but at the end of the day, again, it's slow success. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy, because there are people who have a big following, and some people sometimes they don't raise enough money because that story isn't as good. You know, so they're like, yeah, I have this many people, but you know, they're just not catching that drift for that project. So, always.
And even that, even if you have like a great idea and stars attached or something, there's
It's a
no
gamble.
guarantee. You
Filming
never
is
know.
such a gamble.
So that's why it goes back to Matt's thing of a labor of
Yep.
love. You got to do it
Yep.
because you really love it, and
It's like going to
I'm
the
afraid that
casino
it
with
catches on.
$1,000. Yeah, you got. What's the difference between somebody going into the casino with $1,000 and someone going in with a 20? Either way, you don't know if either of you gonna
Yeah,
walk out with something. You know what I mean? Like, one of you can and the other one can't. You never know. You can put the $20 hand in all in and you can win jackpot. You know what I mean? Versus the 1,000 who doesn't get
right,
anything. But going into film, you have to have a
right.
passion, and you need to be able to tell your story. That's the number one thing that everyone needs to know is write a story that people can relate to. I love doing sci-fi, I love doing I love doing horror, but also at the same time, sometimes you just got to write a story that people can relate, because a lot of people love to flock to movies that they can relate to, or situations that they can, hey, yeah, I relate to that. It just makes everything much easier.
Hmm.
Um, Going back to Kenzie's point about if you sell a perk, if you're going to get it, if you are doing an Indiegogo, okay, please, 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 please make sure that you definitely give the perk to the people what they have. If you can't give it to them, just refund them. You know what I mean? Refund.
I have a confession to make
Oh,
about that. So one of my one of my perks that I offered for Drange was a
okay.
signed script. Okay, so this is a tip for all you newbie filmmakers if and when you're offering this perk. Make sure on set you bring, like
Copies
several
of the script.
uh, copies of the title page, just print off 10 of
Yep.
them or whatever, and then have people sign it on set, because I didn't do that. And then so I was having to like backfill the logistics, like, okay, so I have to print off one, mail it to somebody, and then have them mail it back to me, and then I'd mail it back out. So I'm like, this is a disaster.
Exactly. You
So
have to
tip, do it
do
on
it.
set. I mean, bring copies of the title page. And who I learned this from, actually, from Kirk Larson, who's usually the sound guy on the sets for the film that I mentioned, The Director's Demise. He's the sound guy on that, but he's also making his own film now. But he brought, he knows to bring copies of the title. I'm like, that's a good idea. I don't know. That's something you don't think about. And then you're like, everybody left. If you
It's
got people
gonna cost
traveling,
more
like, what do?
money
You got
to
to
mail
send
it
them.
back and forth and time. Just bring it on set.
Yeah.
But
So
make sure you give the perk, because you know what? There are a lot of people out there who want to support other people's projects. But the problem is that how can they support your project it's kind of like they're kind of like screwing it up for the new people trying to get in. I feel like because you lose the integrity.
Yeah.
It's
It's a trust thing. You're giving somebody your money to make this film.
So if you screw over or
Yeah.
burn somebody, and they're like, I really like this new film, but this guy doesn't have any social credibility, but I want to give him a shot. You don't want to make them second guess it. You know what I mean? And that's why also you as a director should write something really good that's relating. Show a lot to people and get personal with people. Talk to them, reach out to them, try, messaging them.
Yeah, ideally you message
you
everyone
message
who
them.
contributes.
Even before,
like,
know your audience, know your investors, talk to them. If you do a job interview, if you go to a job interview, right, and there are two types of people: the ones who just go on the computer, because I do miss the old school way of they do a job interview. You walk in, you meet them, you sign the paper, you fill out the paper and you give it to them, and you're like, okay, cool. They see you, you get to talk to them. There's a higher chance that they will be able to make their decision. Okay, I'd rather talk to this person, talk with this person, talk to the boss, talk to a coworker, not your coworker, but one of their coworkers, and then they're going to be like, hey, this person dropped it off. He seemed pretty cool. I think he'll fit. That's how it works. Compared to, oh, let me look. I'm online. I'm just going to fill out an application. Everything looks great on paper, but when you finally meet, it's like, it's like auditioning, right? It's like auditioning. Like, it kind of sucks that auditioning, I noticed. I think it's after COVID. Like, during COVID, of course, I understand where they stopped auditioning in person. And now it's just all done through Zoom, and I kind of miss going back to doing in-person auditions. I think you really get to see the actors, how they perform, the full body language, because I feel like it's easier to kind of like, I mean, of course, given if they're in the area. That's another thing. If they're in the area, of course, if they're coming from across the state, they don't have to come over. But in-person audition, I used to do those all the time, and they were great because you get to talk to that person, you get to kind of get a feel of them, and on top of that, you get to kind of see their acting style. You know what I mean? It's easier to talk to somebody up front and break the ice versus trying to, okay, we're talking through here. It's more, I guess you could say it's less intensive when you're talking behind another monitor versus actually in person. Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I can see that.
Let me see. Matthew White says, following through with perks build trust and credibility. Yup, that's what it is. Even if you take there's of course, sometimes you got to wait till that's done. The project's done, till you send it out. And I know for me, sometimes I wait till the project's done. Sometimes I send it out right away, depending what it is, but yes, Lillian, since
I feel like you've been really
it's
good
like
with
sometimes
that.
it just it halts because it's like, okay, I gotta put these together, but I want to get this done first. You know what I mean? Filming and stuff. But number one thing is get the perks out as fast as you can, unless of course you need like a script sign off and you got to wait till film. So, but I always say get it.
Or a copy of the DVD. Like that's one perk that I did make sure I filled, because that's that's something I can do, obviously, and I didn't screw up of I didn't have people sign it. I'll just sign it.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, I always tell, it's like just make sure you get it, and make sure the perks that you do are easy and they don't spend a lot of money, but make them personal, make them be creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need to spend a ton of money to do cool perks. You can be creative. I think the one thing I did was letters from the Red Huntress, so I got to get that sent out soon. But like personal letters, personal letters that are limited. You know what I mean? You don't want to have things in bulk. Limited options are always the best. Let me see. Matthew White says, You can always use Zoom or Skype to do a video audition. I've done that a few times when I audition. Help build a report. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Zoom, Skype. If you can't make it in person, do Zoom or Skype. But I just like in person. For me, in person's just better. You get to meet the person. You're like, okay, because I know some people do send. I know some actors who send me like a headshot that's from like 10 years ago, and you're like, okay, cool. And then you're looking like, this isn't you. He's like, oh, that's my old one. I'm like, so always update your headshot and resume, like at least your headshot, so people know, like, okay, this is what I'm. Because I had some people, I'm like, huh? Like I look, he's like, oh yeah, I cut my hair, I did all this stuff, and the minor things. But like if it's a massive difference, definitely update it. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of. I mean,
This
what?
is me when I was 18.
And you're like, huh? Like,
You would have cast me as your young.
oh, that's true. That is so true. Nothing is worse when pictures are super edited and you no longer look at it. Okay, I'm going to tell you from a
Yeah.
director's position. Yes,
Got a
I have
rant?
a rant.
You got a
and
rant
I
coming
really,
on?
really hate it when actors do this, right? It's when you send me a headshot that's super, super, super edited to the point it's not even you. I have people who change their cheekbone structure through the editing software, and you look at them.
What about those
Yeah,
ones where they add
okay,
cat
no,
ears and a nose,
that's
and you're like, I was
different.
casting for
No,
a cat, and here you show up as a
I
human.
had people who sent me uh like headshots of them, and it's super edited. Like their eye colors are like blue when they're really green,
Yeah.
and then you meet the person, you're like, whoa. Like I get it, like you want to look good, but also at the same time you want the director to see what you look like. Yeah, like for me, maybe I'm more of the, I don't want to see your super edited pictures. I want to see who you look like in person, because if you're giving the director that false sense of vision, that false sense of looks, so when they're auditioning and they're like, "Oh, this person will be perfect," and then they finally cast you and they're looking, they meet you in person, you're like, "You do not look like anything based off this picture."
I feel like you're talking to me.
You.
What? No, I was like, I've got actually my headshots that I have are like 2022, and it's just, it's so expensive. Like I paid almost, like when all said and done, I mean, it was close to $1,000 when you come all the like,
Yeah.
oh, let me get an extra one, like, and it's like,
I
and that's why I think it makes sense to do where some casting notices now are doing, which I think is smart because it goes to your point of
Yeah.
looking like yourself. It's just like selfies, Now, granted, that could go wrong too. That could be where they're adding.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't add all the
little,
extra filters, and
filters
please don't
and
take it in your
little
car when you're like
things.
doing like the car stuff where you're like, "That's my picture," and then everything is in the background. You see like the cars, like your seat in the background, and you're like, "What are you doing?" Or the bathroom. Someone did that. Yeah,
You see like a crash
someone
going on in the
someone
background.
did a headshot and they were in their bathroom, and I can tell because the marble tile on the wall. I'm like, okay, I guess that's an okay
Yeah.
background. Here's my thing: if you don't have the money to get headshots, and this is towards the newer, actors, and this can be up for recent too, like not recent, but newer actors and like experienced actors. If you don't have the money, okay, to get a headshot, our phones do a lot of work for us. Like, put it on portrait mode, take a picture, just make sure your lighting,
That's
make
true.
sure you don't need fancy light. You just need a few lights, make sure you're well lit, make sure your background is very basic, nothing going around with that, and boom, you got yourself a headshot picture. Do the makeup you need, don't overdo it, but just keep it in moderation, and just take your picture. Get a little stand, a little tripod. There you go. You saved yourself about, I don't know, like a few $100, you know, if you can go find something like I think Mac does hers at Pure Point Photography. And we're going to our ad today with Pure Point Photography. Are you tired of spending a lot of money on your headshots or even on any pictures at events? Go to Pure Point Photography where they can take care of you on a budget. Okay. So no, I forgot what max rates are for her stuff, but I think it's like, hold on, let me ask her. She's right behind me. Hey, how much do you charge for a headshot?
Like $50.
So she charges like $50 for how many?
You get a set of 3 and they're edited, but they're not heavily edited.
So she said for $50 you get a set of 3. They're edited but not heavy edited. So yeah, I mean that's something. And you know, and yeah, I always tell people just because the price is, oh well, I don't want to get that because they're only charging $20-$30. It's too good to be true. Just look at their work. Do your research, because a lot of people are spending thousands of dollars, and there are people who are definitely well worth $1,000 photographers. They earn that. They look amazing. But if that's just out of your budget, look at the cheaper ones. Look at independent, look at local small independent photographers. People are trying to get up there, because you never know when that next person might be the next makes the next like outbreak, and they're awesome. Their pictures become very popular, and now you could have made friends with them and they could have said, I'll hook you up, I got you. Now you're spending $2,000-$3,000 to go to them. So look at their work. Don't just look at it and be like, oh, $50, this person's cheap and I don't want to work with them. It's like when I do my VFX, right? I keep my rates really cheap because there's no need to be stupid expensive for me, right? This is how much I charge, and the reason why I'm only charging this is, 1, because I want to keep it affordable. 2, I'm not like, I mean, that's just how much I charge. I do a lot of it because I love it, and the more work I get, the more work I do, the more it just adds on to my reel, and it just makes my work look better. I mean, Mac did the photography for Lillian for her blood shoot, and I thought that came out pretty good. It wasn't, I mean, there's so many things that, you know, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's bad. Let's see. Here we go. We got some paragraphs going on here. Hold on, I lost my mouse. Where is it at? My mouse is. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. Here you go. I sent a headshot, but was asked to send a selfie that day too. I get it. You as a director want to be sure you look that way mostly. Yeah, it's so true. Like, yes, because I mean, you got AI going on. I mean, okay, let's be honest. I'm going to tell this to everybody. AI has been there for a while, okay? It's the programs that you use to do like the portrait and that cleans up your face, that's technically AI, right? It's just more advanced now. So, you know, but again, like what Matt said, that's awesome. Like, send your headshot. People send it. But then they're going to be like, okay, let me make sure this is really you and how you look. Because again, if you jumped into the director's shoes and you looked at that person, you're like, oh, okay, this person works. And then you come on set, everyone's ready to go. And you're like, hey, who are you? Like, who the hell are you? Like, you're like, oh, I'm this person. I'm like,
are you sure?
You don't look like it. Did I just get catfished or what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? And I'm not saying like it in a bad way. There are people who way too much heavily edit to where it's not even them. It's like, but just, you know, like basic tactics, basic camera angles. I mean, at this point, I think Lillian, I should make short videos on how to do your own headshots, how to do angles, stuff like.
That actually
so
be very useful.
I'm probably gonna do that, everyone. Absolutely. So probably sometime this week I'll put up on YouTube how to just do your own proper selfies, how to do your own, not even selfies, but headshots, so you can save yourself money.
DIY
so save money, time. Same thing with lighting, guys. Ashley, one of our actresses, Ashley, posted on her Facebook about a scene where someone's taking a bathroom modeling shot, not like in the bathroom, like on the toilet, but it's like they use the bathroom as like, because it was marble wall as like their setup, and you don't need a ton of money to make a good shot. Like, I'm telling everybody this, you can do it so much cheaper. You can do it, just do your research. That's all it takes, and be creative. Play. Oh, I don't know how else to say it. Stop following the rules sometimes with this. Like, this is why. This is why films are made, for creativity, to make something new, to do something different. Make your own path when you do this. If you have a style of lighting you might like, go to it. Take the basics and play around with it. That's how it is. Don't just be like, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, be creative. Take the tools you have, and I don't know, maybe you don't have a screwdriver, but you have a screw and a hammer. Looks like I'm gonna hammer the screw in, right? Will it work? I don't know, but you'll never know unless you try. So I think that's a terrible way of putting it, but just go out there.
No, I know what you mean. Just like, don't be afraid to try stuff and think
Because
outside
I
the
think
box.
people on social media are so, uh, people on social media are so aggressive with other people. I think that's why people are so afraid of going and doing what they like to do, because they're so afraid of getting judged for what they do. And it's seen a lot. A lot of people are very judgmental about what you do, but you got to be like, screw you, I'm doing me. Because at the end of the day, most of those people are going to sit there and judge you. Probably one, don't even do this themselves. Two, I don't know, they're just assholes. Okay, so go out there, have fun. Your true supporters, your true friends will be the ones to support you. That's what you care about. You don't need all this other people on there judging you. Trust me. I get people judging the Red Hunters all the time. And I sit there, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Or I'll tell them, okay, what do you have? Like, show me an example. What do you have? And they have nothing to say about it.
Yeah, a lot of people like to comment, even though they can't do it themselves.
What he said. So, judgmental is good. I judge people, but see, there's a difference, though. Judgment.
That's why we hide from you, Nate.
So here's the thing, Nate. Like, I'm not saying tell people to fuck. There's a difference between negativity. It has to be judgmental.
Right.
You got to give them the motivation. So you mean judgmental is in a constructive way. Right. Constructive criticism. Yeah, that's a great thing.
That's a good thing. Because then you could do somebody a disservice if you just like
exactly. If you just tell them straight, your shit like sucks. Like, you just are garbage. What are you even doing? Like that? No. And I there's a lot of people who send me that, like, stop the Red Hunters. It's garbage. It's ass. Like, why are you doing it? And I'm just like,
tell them to send you money to make it better.
You want to see something cool? Send me the money. Oh, well, I don't have money. Then shut up. Like, it's like, I mean, I don't say it like that, but there are people who are just straight up assholes who will just do it. But constructive criticism, Nate, like judgmental is good. Being judgmental is great to a certain degree, and as long as you're doing it to help the other person, which obviously you're doing it, you want the best for people.
Right.
So
there are people obviously that are just trolling. And there are people that are like, offering some insight and wisdom that might be helpful.
Who, like you said, Lillian, you can go out there and somebody can be having a great day, doing everything great, and one person comes along and they can just be a straight up asshole and just ruin their day. And it's just by one thing, because all those good stuff that they're doing gets shut down because the one thing that stands out of the 20 cool thing is that one negative comment. So, if people are going to want to criticize something, do it in a way where it's going to help them and not tear them down. We want to build the community. We want unity. We want to come together because in the independent film, I feel like there's just so much. I don't know if it's hatred. It's just so much. What you mean by that?
Cattiness?
Like no,
like competitiveness, but not in in a bad way. Like people like trying to jealousy of this
competition's
person.
great. I love competition. You should always have in a good way.
But
I want to push you to where I know you can do it. But when the independent film, it's like a lot of people are trying to shut down this person, shut down that person. It's like, no, we're all in this together. We have to learn that competition is. I know. What are you doing, buddy?
Stop.
The collaborations. The collaborations always happening on top. Make your connections, work with people. That's key. Stop sheltering yourself in a corner and being like, I'm on this castle and all of you guys suck. You know what I mean? Nah, get off that. Get off the high horse. Get off cloud 9 and get level-headed and do what you got to do. Yeah, of course. People can be shady with their competition. Yeah. Like I said, there's so much stuff. Like, people forget it's all about unity. And at the end of the day, yeah, you can make your film. Is that going to go anywhere? You never know. And you never know that person who you probably talk bad about or you try to, who you try to bring down might be might be bigger. So, hold on, give me 1 second, everyone.
Animal difficulties.
I'm back. So I'm probably gonna put together some videos for that so people can learn how to do all that stuff, how to do headshots.
No, that's a good idea for that.
DIY
headshots.
I think how to take better light, how to take better pictures, because you don't need an expensive camera. You don't need one. You can just take your phone. Your phone's expensive enough. I mean, I've seen the quality.
No, sometimes they take better. Yeah, sometimes your phone will take better video than.
There's so many. There's so many. I think people are overthinking a lot of things. Just take a step back. Don't overthink some shots. It's just do it. Sometimes just that. How when people say the best shots are the most natural ones. So like when someone says, "Okay, smile," you're just kind of like, you're forcing the smile instead of just naturally smiling. That's why when I know some photographers just take pictures just on the side, they'll just take pictures and catch you in that moment. And it's much better than trying to do it when you tell them to. So let's see. Matt White said, sadly, no matter what project you get into, there are those who would build you up and those who will try to tear you down. Keep doing your thing your way. Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Creativity is very, very important, and we're losing a lot of creativity because everyone is so afraid of stepping out of the box. Do what you got to do to make whatever story comes true. You know what I mean? For your film. If you want to do it that way, hey, do it that way. If will I be stupid if I said, hey guys, I'm going to film on a VHS tape, but the film takes place in 1987? I don't think it's a stupid idea. I think it'll save you a lot of time because you'll get the most real feel out of it. Versus, I'm going to take a black magic camera and I'm going to make it look like a 1960s film. It's good luck. It's a lot of editing. Let's see.
Right.
There's a lot of power if you know how to use it. Exactly. Set photography is great for uncandid photos. Yep. So we are already at our hour and 20-minute mark, and I am still sweating from the gym, and I smell. I need to shower. I hate that sticky, sweaty feel. So everyone, thanks for everyone tuning in tonight. Next week, are we gonna do next week? I'm gonna do next week. I'll be here for next week. I think next week I want to do a little game night. I think game night's fun. Probably try Wheel of Fortune or something. I think that's gonna be fun. So yeah, next week should be fun. So yeah, so next week we're gonna do a little game night with some of the cast members. We'll play Wheel of Fortune or something. Like I think that'll be. I know we did Jeopardy, but I'll do Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune's fun because I have the little wheel where I can spin it for them and then they can. I have that. So yes. So we're gonna do that. So
It'll be fun.
One more thing. Let's see. Matt said, "I believe in Andy Warhol said, create art, and while everyone else is trying to figure out if it's art, make more of it." Yep, exactly. He got some great quotes going on. So, all right, everyone, have a good night. Have a good morning wherever you're tuning in from, and stay tuned. We'll keep everyone updated with the Red Huntress, and also at the same time. Stay tuned with that too, because we do have some cool stuff that we're going to be selling throughout this week to try, getting our $800 for that. So yeah, next week we'll probably be doing our game night for it. So we'll be doing our fundraising game night next week of Wheel of Fortune. That's what we'll do. So we can try raising our funds. Probably have to drink something gross again, like last time. Yeah, something gross. I'll probably do
what did you drink the last time? Or you ate
first it was garlic clove
or
and then wasabi. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know what I'll do this week, but I gotta talk to the cast, see who's gonna be down for it. So but I gotta put together like the Wheel of Fortune stuff. So so we're gonna be doing the Wheel of Fortune next week to help raise funds, and we'll see everyone next week. So, all right, everyone, have a good night, have a good morning, and we'll see everyone next week. See ya.